Your life is shaped not by your circumstances, but by the lens through which you choose to see them. You do not live in the world as it is. You live in the world as you believe it to be. And belief, that quiet architect of destiny, is the difference between a life of quiet desperation and a life of magnificent prosperity. Wealth does not begin in your bank account. It begins in your thoughts, in your patterns, in the invisible conversations you have with yourself when no one is watching. The man who becomes wealthy is not lucky. He is intentional. He understands what most refuse to believe, that riches are first earned in the mind before they ever arrive in the hand. Look back through history and you'll find this truth echoing across time. Carnegie, Ford, Edison. Every one of them understood what Napoleon Hill uncovered when he studied the giants of industry, that the human mind, directed with burning desire and absolute faith, becomes a magnet for abundance. But without that desire, that white-hot, obsessive, all-consuming fire within, no strategy, no mentor, no system will matter. And that's where it starts. You must train your mind to burn. Not with desperation. Not with vague hope. But with clarity, precision, conviction. You must see the wealth before it arrives. You must feel it, like it already surrounds you. Not because it's some magical trick, but because your mind must be conditioned to recognize opportunity when it knocks. Not when it's convenient, but when it's necessary. The average man reacts. The wealthy man creates. The poor man blames. The wealthy man takes ownership. Not because it's easy, but because the mind, like a muscle, must be trained to reject limitation. You want wealth? Then train your thoughts like an athlete trains his body. You must eliminate the toxic diet of doubt, fear, scarcity, and comparison. You must wake up each day with discipline, not just the kind that keeps you busy, but the kind that keeps you focused. And there is a difference. Understand this. What you tolerate mentally becomes your standard physically. What you believe to be good enough becomes the ceiling you never break. The thoughts you entertain become the actions you repeat. The actions you repeat become the habits you depend on. And the habits you depend on determine the wealth you experience. This isn't motivational fluff. This is neurobiology. This is physics. This is ancient truth written into the soul of every great builder of empires. They did not wait for the world to give them permission to become great. They decided. And decision, my friend, is the birthplace of all creation. You must learn to think like the man who already has what you desire. That's the paradox. The shift. You cannot become rich by thinking like a man who is broke. You cannot lead by thinking like someone waiting to be rescued. You must elevate your self-image before the world does. Because the world only reflects what you project. So start there. With vision. With belief. With that audacity to demand more from yourself than comfort. Because comfort is the enemy of legacy. No great man was born from ease. He was born from pressure. Pressure to evolve. Pressure to prove to himself that what he believes is more powerful than what he sees. And in this pressure, the mind is sharpened. Hardened. Trained. Not to survive, but to command. If you found this video helpful, please guys don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you next video soon.